Welcome back, Belito, and thank you for staying tuned. I'm going to invite our next guest to the couch, someone who I love talking to, who provides us with so much valuable information and doesn't charge us for it, which is unlike an accountant, and who recently had her birthday as well. Lynette, happy birthday, first things first.
Thank you, but I told you not to say anything.
We had to. It's not every day you have a 30th, so you must enjoy it.
Oh, yes. I'll stick to that one, thank you.
Fantastic. But super bubbly and always pleasant and always have such good advice for us. What are we going to be talking about today?
So recently I've had quite a few inquiries from potential clients asking about turnover tax. And I think I have actually spoken about it on the show before, but I thought we could just give it a little bit of a recap if you guys don't mind. So you remember when we talk, we say you've got provisional tax and income tax and PAYE and dividends withholding tax. I mean, it's a minefield,
Yeah,
right?
it is a minefield.
So what had happened is SARS had decided that they'll look at the really small businesses. So when they say a really small business, that's a business that does a turnover of 0 to R1 million.
And that is per year.
Yes.
So divided through the months, less than 100,000 Rand a month, gross turnover.
That's right. So we're looking at those small businesses. And what they said, well, if your business is not a business that has passive income like rental, franchise, royalties, those kind of income streams, they would make it easier for you to file your taxes, okay? But the ironic part of it is you have to comply with SIPC and the Companies Act as well as the governing taxes, if that makes sense. So you can't do the one and not the other one.
Correct.
Okay. But the trick here is that SARS will relax their requirements for these micro businesses. So basically what they want is they want records kept for your turnover, assets that you have that's more than 10,000 Rand, and any liabilities that's more than 10,000 Rand. So your document requirement for SARS purposes is that much simpler and easier for somebody that needs to just
submit quickly.
Yes,
and get it done. And it's also a great introduction into the systems and processes that you'll need to follow if your business experiences growth.
Yeah, no, but listen, that all of those taxes are very difficult for people to wrap their minds around. So turnover tax replaces dividends withholding tax. It effectively reduces provisional tax or makes provisional tax null and void. And then it puts you in a very small bracket of turnover tax. So it's definitely
it simplifies the whole process for you to make it a lot easier for you as a micro business to perform your duties.
Yeah, but also a lot cheaper. So it's not just the accounting, record keeping and all of that, but the rate of tax
burden.
Yes, is very small. So it's definitely, if you're starting out, you go to the SARS website, you click on My Business, and from there you can see the link for turnover tax. And if you then go click on Assess My Business, then you would actually answer yes or no through all these questions. And at the end, it will tell you if you're eligible for turnover tax. And I do think that if you're just starting out, new business, this would be the way to just put your foot correctly into the right place and not kill yourself with the admin burden and the cost of taxation in South Africa.
And to give yourself the mental peace knowing that you are doing what is required from you legally from a taxation point of view. And it's kind of like almost they're throwing you a life buoy when you're in the big ocean of the business world there and saying, hey, you are a bit of a smaller fish, use this, you can float on this. We're not going to kind of drag you down with all the big burdens of a bigger turnover business.
Yeah, and it's really important that people do realize, though, that turnover tax is geared for your tax liability. But if it is, for argument's sake, a company or a closed corporation, which could register as a turnover tax business, that they still fulfill their duties in terms of the Companies Act. So it's not because I'm on turnover tax, I don't have to do X, Y, Z. You still have to do everything per the Companies Act, make sure that your company is correctly administrated, but for your tax submission, they've made it a hell of a lot easier for the man in the street to just be compliant, do his bit, and have a peaceful night's sleep.
Yeah, and be able to pay the running costs of their businesses. Fantastic. And once you start growing, if you start growing and you make it over that R1 million threshold, is there any legal requirement of you to force the change? Does it happen automatically?
Oh, no. So you have to contact SARS to then deregister out of the turnover tax regime, okay? But the nice thing there is, again, if your business then qualifies, you could apply small business tax rates to your business, which is still not sitting at a flat 28%, which is corporate tax. So business has got the opportunity to grow and not fall into that straight 28% where we're currently seeing taxes in South Africa. So it's a nice way, but you as the taxpayer need to exit the one system and enter into the new one.
And the responsibility is directly on your shoulders to make that happen. Is there any negative backlash that can happen to you if, say, for example, you've started this one micro business, it's running, you've left another country, you've come back and now it's superseded, and for 6 months or 1 year, you have been over this threshold already? Are there any legal implications that could occur from that?
So yeah, obviously, it is your responsibility to make sure that your turnover stays under the R1 million. And when you then over that threshold, so in that case, I would definitely go see an accountant and then let them do the paperwork to get you out of the turnover tax regime into small business tax rates.
Great. Lynette, thank you so much for your guidance, your wisdom,
Pleasure.
and a very warm happy birthday once again, even though you didn't want us to wish you. I'm sure all of the Belito TV followers wish you the happy birthday as well. And thank you so much for being a part of the crew and the guidance of the show.
Love it. I love
Great.
it. Thank you.
Thank you for staying tuned, Belito. We'll be back shortly.